Hi, so this is my STEAM Innovation Research Project, and I decided to do mine on Legos. So STEAM in early childhood education, STEAM in the classroom helps the students better understand the world and how to relate to it. The 5 disciplines that make up STEAM include science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. STEAM involves introducing students to new concepts through activities and games and helps them live through the concepts in discovering problem solving and critical thinking skills. Legos engage all types of different learners, including hands-on and kinesthetic learners. Legos do really also, they engage all different types of ages of students too. So you're able to reach English language learners, different ability levels as well as different types of learners, including hands-on and kinesthetic. So students build fine motor skills, cooperative play, sense of accomplishment, persistence, problem solving, and creativity. Legos provide tools that help develop lateral thinking in a fun environment. It teaches students to think in 3 dimensions, develops problem solving, organization, planning by construction, and analytical thinking skills. It also improves creativity, enhances communication and critical thinking, boosts motor development, and the current learning systems that some classrooms still currently use are no longer fit for purpose, as well as traditional education has consistently overlooked the importance of developing these skills to really prepare the students for their future. So Lego STEAM in the classroom. Using Legos in the classroom provides opportunities for cross-curriculum areas where students can connect this to real-world things, including activities and problems. This type of connection inspires lifelong learners.
I sort of live around Legos. We have a humongous supply.
Just having him to be on campus at school, going to play Legos, I mean, it's like the coolest thing. They just love to build things. They love wheels, gears, ships, planes.
Because if you turn it this way, you'll see the red and the blue don't look symmetrical.
Playwell after-school enrichment programs are typically an hour to an hour and a half of time after school that lets kids have some fun, but hopefully build on some things they're learning in the school day.
So we teach engineering and architecture concepts through Legos. What size is the medium gear that we use? 24, you can go build. They're learning stuff even though they don't know it.
If we wanted to make it heavy, what do you think we can do to balance it?
I can break on the other side.
We're not giving them a manual. We're not throwing them a booklet and say, just build.
We teach them a base project and then they use their imagination to build whatever they want.
Like when I'm battling other people, if they have like nothing upgraded, they're just gonna fall over.
In our classes, it's not just like, oh, I built this car. How do you make your car go faster? How do you make it go slower? What happens if I make it too heavy? Is it going to break apart? Is it going to not go anywhere? And a lot of that is the critical thinking and figuring things out, but all through a fun way.
I first only had like a few bricks, but then when I added this, it went faster and got farther. And one thing I'm gonna put on is Harry Potter, because I love him. They make me feel like I'm a real construction person trying to build. When I grow up, I want to be an engineer. The fishing rod actually rolls in and out.
He's learning how the world works. And we'll drive over the Bay Bridge and he's like, I could build something like this.
You're learning the fundamentals of engineering. You're learning the STEM of engineering. So it's not just Legos, but it's Legos with gear ratios. It's Legos with math problems that you kind of have to solve. And I attach a grappling hook to it, along with a chain, which attaches back onto the one-hole holy grail.
They're learning off each other. They have different ideas. They problem solve together.
I'll help you with the cord.
We've done this for 20 years now, and we do this all year round. There are a lot of standards in schools that you have to hit. Engineering and physics, especially in younger grades, is sometimes hard to communicate what that looks like in the real world. These are things that we can break down for kids as young as kindergarten, or if they're high schoolers in AP classes, and we can talk about maybe some crazier things.
Playwell doesn't just want you to do one thing. They want you to be creative just by having that motivation, that extra confidence, thinking on your feet, definitely help in the real world. So if kids are applying that now at the age of 5, all the way up until adulthood, they're going to do great.
Who can tell me what their favorite project was? Misha.
Today.
Today's project.
No,
Amani.
Today.
Today? Matias.
Forklifts.
Forklifts.
Every project.
Every project. Oh, Sandra?
Every day.
Peace out.
So as you can see with that video, that was one example that this Playwell, for example, that they use an after-school program to engage students in STEAM type learning. But this can be done throughout the school day, and I'm going to show you how. So we can engage these students and really get their creative juices flowing so that they can just really love learning. I saw the love in the way that they talked about learning, the way that they talked about their thinking, and one student talked about adding more bricks, and it made it go faster, and in turn that made it go further. They talked about the different types of things that they love, and they really just enjoyed being in the classroom. And I'm sure that there were times that they failed, and they learned from those, and they continued to try, and they just learn from the experiences that they have with their hands-on learning, and they're the ones that are discovering what works and what doesn't work, and connecting that with real-world type experiences. One person was building a fishing rod and learning how that worked and why the fishing string goes down and why it goes up. So it's just invaluable experiences that are being taught by using Legos in the classroom. So strategies to implement for STEAM success: believe in your students, transfer control of the learning process to the students, foster curiosity, provide hands-on learning, increase collaboration, learn in community, grow as a learner, and accept some drawbacks. So I want to point out the collaboration. Students need to communicate. They need to decide what works, what doesn't work, but also how to resolve conflict and how to handle those situations. It's going to help them in the long run, and collaboration is really going to help with that. STEAM Lego lessons are also available online and can include a lesson where students are given Legos. For example, they're encouraged to build something from the Legos given, like a small amount of Legos, so they can use science and engineering to collaborate and create, for example, a car. And we can incorporate standards such as force and interactions. There's so many resources out there that we can use, such as Teachers Pay Teachers. They also have Lego challenge cards for students to make a pattern, or to collaborate with a friend, to create a bridge. So how Lego STEAM can impact you as an educator. We get the opportunity to encourage and help students towards a lifelong love for learning. Teachers introduce a fun and accessible element to science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics, where all students receive equal opportunities to tackle these topics in a fun and creative way. So even the quiet student in the back, they're able to really show their personalities through this. Each person in the classroom, English language learners, and everyone just gets an opportunity to work at their own pace, maybe, but also their own developmental level. So we can use Legos in those types of ways, and they can create something more difficult if they're at a higher level than other students. There's just that flexibility with that. So teachers help students to develop the ability to think outside the box. This helps students to learn the skills needed to grow up to have jobs that don't currently exist or ones that currently do. But it also encourages females to become more comfortable with topics in future jobs such as engineering. I saw this in one of the articles. I thought this was interesting because it pointed out that even females aren't comfortable with engineering or mathematics or technology jobs, and then just giving all students the opportunity to be able to work with these items more and build these skills that they can take into their futures. So teachers are helping students to take charge of their critical thinking and problem solving. We are encouraging play and collaboration as well as team building. Essentially, we are helping students to build and shape the skills that they will need for the rest of their lives. As educators, we can continue to grow and give students the opportunity to learn and to discover instead of being taught to sit quietly and absorb whatever is being taught to them. Students engage in inquiry-based learning, discover what works and what doesn't, and experience how to adapt, how to try again when they fail, and how to work through problems and situations with their classmates. Teachers can feel confident in knowing that they are doing the best, doing what is best for their students. Here is the Lego challenge cards that I had referenced, as well as the other citations from this. So, thank you.